Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kinesha, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. To all my returning subscribers and supporters, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. um in today's video, I'm gonna talk about my struggle with depression. If you watched my last video, not my last video, but a video that I posted on Monday, I'll link that video in the description. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it. It's just basically me having a meltdown. I had a panic attack, and then right after I decided to make the video. Um, this was something that I wanted to do, like talk about my depression, because I think that I can help someone, and hopefully, me doing this help someone. You know, I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for sympathy. It's just something that I've experienced, and I just wanted to share. So let's go. The first time that I experienced depression, I was between 8 and 10. I wasn't older than those ages. So it's between 8 and 10. Um I was afraid. I was afraid, and I had no reason to be afraid, but I was afraid, and I was the thought of death and heaven and hell. It just that was what that's what it was. That's what was scaring me, and nobody understood. And every time I felt this way, I wanted to talk to my mom. I wanted to be near my mom, and nobody understood. Nobody understood what I was going through. I didn't know what I was going through, so I couldn't really. It was hard for me to explain what I was going through, but it was very scary, and I felt alone. And as you can imagine, I was just a child, right? Yeah, so that's the first time, and now I know it was depression. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I was just afraid and scared and like sad, and it was just not good. Okay, so, and I can't remember if I don't remember how long it lasted. um I don't remember. I can't remember having another episode like that, um until I had my baby number three here in Canada. Well, he's my first baby that I had in Canada, my first baby away from home. And after I had him, I couple days after I had him, I was just a mess. I was so sad. That same feeling came back. That same feeling I had when I remember that feeling, because that's a feeling that never goes away. It never goes away. You never forget that feeling. And it came back. And every time, like, I spoke to my boyfriend about it. He knew about it, and he understood. He couldn't help me. So whenever I felt that way, he just tried to, be there for me as much as he could. Um, and I felt bad, because here I am. I just had a new baby, and I'm supposed to be happy, and I'm not. I'm so sad. There's this dark feeling over me, and this I'm so sad. I cried until my face was wrinkled. Oh my god, I was a mess. I cried so much, and every time I felt that I wanted to talk to my mom, and every time I felt that they what way, and I tried to reach her, I could never reach her, and it was the worst feeling ever. I just wanted to talk to her, because um she made me feel safe. She makes me feel safe, even though I'm an adult and I don't live at home. She's in St. Vincent. I live in Canada. Um, like, just talking to her now. The thought of talking to her was a big comfort. And every time I tried to, I could never get her. And so this lasted for like 4 days, but it felt like forever. Guys, I'm telling you, it felt like forever. I One time I felt this way, and I called her, Well, I called home, and my sister answered. She said, "My mom." She said, "Mom is not at home." And okay, she said, "Mom is not at home." I tried to talk. I wanted to talk to her because at this point I just wanted to talk to anyone. But she said, I didn't tell her I wanted to talk to her, but I was going to. And she said, can you call back later? Cause we are busy. And yeah, that was that. She said she was busy, and I'll have to call back later. But I didn't tell her what I was going through, what I had planned to. But then she was busy, so then I called my aunt, and I called to talk to my aunt. She wasn't at home, and I was gonna talk to my cousin, but then she said, "Oh, can you call back? I'm busy right now." Oh my god! So at this point, I just wanted somebody to talk to. So I then picked up my phone. I called my midwife, and I explained to her what I was feeling, and she told me, "No, it's okay. It sounds like you're experiencing some baby blues," and she said it's not. It's perfectly normal, and you're gonna be okay. She just encouraged me and telling me, you're doing such a good job with the baby and stuff. And then eventually I got to talk to my mom, and I felt better, and I explained to her what I was feeling. She assured me that she knew exactly what I was talking about because she had experienced it, and she told me, don't stay by yourself. Always try to be around people. Um, and she just tried to call me as much as possible, and that was a big help. So that feeling lasted for 4 days. But guys, I swear it was more. It felt like more. It felt like a lifetime. um and then eventually I felt better. um when I had my fourth baby, I experienced a little bit of it, but my mom already knew what to do. She was calling me every day. If she couldn't, she had somebody calling me every day, and that kind of helped. I It started to happen, but then, I remember one night I was overwhelmed, and oh, I know why I was overwhelmed. My brothers, not my brothers, my boyfriend's sister was getting married, and he couldn't go, and she was getting married in the Bahamas, and he couldn't go, and he was sad about it, and I felt bad for him. He didn't tell me he was sad, but I know that he was sad, and I felt bad for him. So I remember the kids were sleeping, and I was lying down, and I was watching Seinfeld, and the feelings start coming on again. So I say, you know what, I'm just gonna go to sleep, because if I'm sleeping, then I'm not thinking about it, right? Boy, was I wrong. I woke up in tears, like tears streaming my face, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I got up, I dealt with the baby, and I called my mom the next day, and I spoke to her, and I told her what it, and she just, she encouraged me. I called my midwife, and I told her, and that was that. In my other pregnancy, that didn't happen. Then I got pregnant again. Yes, if you didn't know, I'm a mom of six. So I got pregnant in 2018. Yeah, 2018. I got pregnant, and that pregnancy, it was a hard pregnancy. It was a hard pregnancy. Um, Emotionally, I was very emotional. I was a mess. I was a mess during that pregnancy, and I'm not ashamed to say I wanted a baby girl. Um, and I didn't. I found out I was having a boy, and but it was even before that. It was even before that. I was just a mess. I was just a mess. Like, I wanted a girl. I wanted a girl because I have five boys and one girl. So while I was pregnant, I wanted a girl because I'm saying, um, just to have a little girl, another little girl, I should say. My daughter she's gonna be 15, and when I had her, she was the first grandchild, the first niece in my family, and she wasn't mine. She wasn't all mine, and I was young, and I just wanted to experience. She grew up so fast, and I just wanted to experience that again. And I went to do my scan, and it was a boy, and I cried. I honestly cried, and I felt bad that I cried. When I got home, I went to sleep. I went to sleep, and I got up and I said, it is what it is. I love my baby regardless if he's a boy or girl. I At that point it didn't matter anymore because there's nothing I could have done about it. Right, I was having a boy, and so that's that. No judging, please. Yes, that's that. So after I had him, um, it was going good. It was going good. Except I wanted to breastfeed. I wanted to breastfeed. I have breastfed all my kids, but I didn't do it for a long time. Like my first I breastfed for 7 months, but I had to go back to school, so then I had to stop because she wouldn't take a bottle, and she was just waiting until I get home from school after 8, 9, 10 hours. She was not eating anything, so my mom said it's better if I stopped and try to get her to eat other stuff. My second, I breastfed for 4 months exclusively. My third, 5 months exclusively. My fourth, I breastfed for 6 weeks. I just wasn't having it. He wasn't having it neither. We were both better off um, using the bottle and formula, and that's what I did. And so on with baby number five, I breastfed and then I started pumping and giving using a bottle, pumping and giving a bottle. So we did that exclusively for 5 months, and then I was done with it. I couldn't do it anymore, so I stopped. It was too much for me, and I had to stop. So I made a I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to. I don't know why. I guess I wanted to do it just to, because this was potentially my last baby. This is potentially not. I'm gonna say what this was. This like in my mind, I'm saying, this is my last pregnancy, and I wanted to make sure that I do this. I don't know if I was trying to prove something to myself, but it was just something that I wanted to do. And so I set out. I'm gonna breastfeed for um at least 1 year, and then we're gonna see where that goes. So in the beginning, it was a little struggle. He wasn't gaining weight, and so my midwife say, okay, you're gonna have to tap him up with some formula, and I didn't want to. And just to be clear, I have nothing against formula. It was just I just wanted to, like, I had this goal, and my goal was to breastfeed exclusively for 1 year. I haven't There's nothing wrong with formula. Fed is best, and just wanted to make that clear. Fed is best, and um I just it was just something that I wanted to do, right? And so that was that. um so I think I did do it. I felt bad about it, but I did do it, and I tried my best to breastfeed and pump as much as I can. So I did that, and when I went for his 4 months checkup, 4 weeks checkup, my midwife, she was so happy. He had gained so much weight. He was gaining weight, and everybody was nice and happy, and then around whenever I remember when I went for my 6 weeks checkup, and that's the last with my midwife, because midwife is just doing pregnancy and then 6 weeks after. When I went for my 6 weeks checkup, I remember telling my midwife, I feel so overwhelmed. I feel sad that I I feel like all I'm doing is pumping, feeding a baby, dealing with children, pumping, feeding the baby, dealing with children. And I felt like there wasn't enough of me to go around. And she encouraged me. She told me, you're doing a good job, and don't be afraid to ask for help and stuff like that. Um, and she assured me, she said, you're doing a good job. Your kids are okay. And yeah, So after that was done, after that day, um and I remember telling her I feel like I'm gonna give up the pumping, I'm gonna give up breastfeeding because, and she encouraged me not to. She told me, no, if I feel like she you know what she told me? She said, if you feel like you have to, then do what is best for you. That's what she told me. Do what, but um, if you have to supplement a bottle, a formula, just do that. And get some rest and stuff. So I worked so hard, and I was able to build a really good stash. My supply was so good, guys. I If you go to my Instagram and my Facebook, my Instagram is just my name, kineshaharry. My Facebook, same thing. If you go to my Instagram, you're gonna see like my proud pictures of my milk. Like, it was like, I was so proud of it. I was so proud. I was able to to exclusively um pump, and that's all my baby was having. And he was a chop chop. Like, if you go on my Instagram, you're gonna see him. And I felt so proud. I felt so proud. I had such a good supply that I had to stop because I had run out of space to store it. Yes, I had run out of space to store it. So I was pumping anywhere from 6 to 7 times a day, and um, I was making way more than my baby could eat. So I decided, now, okay, I'm gonna cut back to 4 times a day. And even at 4 times a day, I was making way too much. And I just decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna gradually stop because I have enough. It is gonna last him until he's a year. At this point, we are 10 months. We are 10 months, and I am saying this. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stop. Then he I stopped, and he just ran through what I had in the fridge and the freezer. Oh my god. He just drink up everything. And I'm like, oh my god, like, this is not gonna last him. And then I start panicking. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna have to start pumping again. And when I start pumping, and nothing. Before that, while I stopped, and I remember one night I was engorged and it was in too much. I was in too much pain, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna pump for some relief. And I pumped, and I was gonna freeze it, but I don't know. Something was telling me to just, you know what, just give him the milk, and I gave it to him, and then he refused it, and I tasted, and it was salt. Yes, the breast milk was salt, and then I did my research. Apparently, that's the body way of signaling to dry it up. So, so yes, I had to throw that away, and so my supply was gone. But when I realized that the milk that I have wasn't going to last him, my supply had like gone. So I had to start all over again. So I did what I had to do. I did what I was doing. I was pumping. Even when I was getting nothing, I still pumped. I pumped, and then I got it back. And I was so happy the first time when it was drinkable, and it was just 2 ounces. I posted on my Instagram too. Uh, yeah. So then what happened? I wasn't able to keep up with him. I wasn't able to keep up after my milk in my fridge and my freezer ran out. I wasn't able to keep up with him because I just, I guess, now he was crawling and stuff, and then I couldn't just put him down and pump for whatever amount of time I was pumping for in the beginning. So that kind of went to it went. And I was so sad. I was so disappointed in myself. I felt so bad about myself. I felt like a failure. I don't know. I just felt so bad, guys. I felt so bad. And please, if you're watching this and your mom, your young mom, your new mom, please do not overwhelm yourself. If you have to give your baby formula, give your baby formula, because it's not worth it. It's not worth your sanity. Breastfeeding is a beautiful thing, but it's also hard. And if 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 um if you're struggling to breastfeed and like nothing is working, just just give it up. And I'm not saying not to try, but it is hard, and it does mess with your head. It makes you feel like you're less than a mom. You're not less than a mom. You're doing great, and I just wanted to say that. Okay. Yeah. So I felt so bad. I like every day this is on my mind. I'm overthinking it. Oh my god. Like I failed. I failed, and that's all I can think. And I had gained so much weight, and like all these things in my head. Like now, I failed. I failed my baby. I can't. I didn't get to breastfeeding for a whole year, and I had my what I'm not sure if I had one before, but I had what I know I'm gonna call my first panic attack, because um I can't recall having one before, but this was my first panic attack. Like I was just like my mind was just going and going and going, and it doesn't stop, and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't. There was nothing I can tell myself to make myself feel good. I just felt worthless, guys. I felt worthless, and it was the worst feeling in the world. And it like I was saying, oh my god, why do I feel like this? Like I know I had baby blues, but then my baby's already um 10, 11 months, going on 11 months, and I've never felt that this like this so late in my the first year of my baby, the first year after giving birth. I have never felt this way so late. That is right. And I felt so bad, guys. I felt so bad, and so I went on this mom group that was on, and I put it in there, and I got some advice, and I know that I was trying to, but that is not what I was trying to hear that night. Somebody said, that there's so much pressure out there to breastfeed, and like fed is best, and I knew that. I didn't want to hear that. I guess I just wanted somebody to listen. I just wanted somebody to understand. And then somebody said, a couple of people said the same thing about fed is best, and then somebody said that they were going through they went through the same thing, and they went to the doctor. The doctor gave them a pill, and the pill actually helped them. So I went to the doctor, and I explained to her what's going on, and she's trying to assure me. She said, "You did great. You pumped for 11 months." She said a lot of people can't do that, and you should be proud of yourself. Guys, I did not feel proud of myself at all. I just felt down, and I just wanted the pills, and I just wanted to get back. That's all I could think about. And I explained to her, and I explained, and she said, "You sound like you're having postpartum anxiety." And shoot, she asked me if I want to talk to she suggested I talk to a counselor, which I am currently doing still. And what happened, I took the pill. I started breastfeeding again, and I felt somewhat better that I was able to, but it was short lived. I stopped eventually, and the fun thing about it, before I when I thought the thought of me stop breastfeeding, it gave me serious anxiety. It made me super super depressed, and but I I started seeing my counselor, and she started talking about self self love and self care, and how important that is. And I started putting that into perspective, and when it was time for me to stop, I just stopped, because like can't pour from an empty cup, right? Yeah, so that was that. Like I stopped, and I was doing good. Like I'm seeing my counselor. I went on a diet. I lost weight, and I had my confident back, guys. I felt so good. I felt like me. I felt like me. I felt normal. I looked normal. I could look in the mirror and recognize it myself. Um, yes, I and then I don't know. These past couple months, I and I guess I've been kind of struggling again. And then December is a hard month for me. Like my as I mentioned, my siblings and my mom, they're back in St. Vincent, and I'm here. I have a brother. He lives in Montreal. He came like a year and some ago, but he lives in Montreal. So like it's hard for me. It's always hard. It's always ever since I came here. It's always been hard for me. December, and I think what happened on Monday, it was just me overthinking and me having a million and one thing to do, and me just thinking, oh my god, how am I gonna get these things done? And I just lost it, and I had a panic attack. And guys, I know this video is gonna be long, and I'm sorry, and I hope that people watch it to the end. And I'm sorry if I ramble a bit, but I just wanted to say, if you're struggling with either depression, anxiety, panic attack, whatever you're struggling with, you're not alone, and seek help. Seek help. And I know that some people struggle in silence because of being afraid of being judged. And my encouragement to you is, people are gonna talk either way. They're gonna judge you either way. You just have to do what's best for you. And I know sometimes it's hard to talk to people that you know, but talk to your doctor, talk to somebody, talk to a professional. Just talk to someone, because I know it's not a good feeling. It's not a great feeling. If you're a mom, especially not a mom, a parent, because I know that men struggle too. Um, but I just want to say, if you're sorry, let me just go over that. To anyone that's struggling, be strong. You can get through this. It's only temporary. Um, but if you're a mom, especially a new mom, and you are struggling, please know that you are doing a good job. Please know that you're doing great. Please know that you're gonna be okay. Talk to your doctor. If you're afraid to talk to your family, if you're afraid to talk to your friend, if you're afraid to talk to your spouse, just talk to someone. Talk to your doctor, please, 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 because I know that sometimes it's hard to ask for help, because I was there, but it doesn't make any sense to struggle and be quiet about it. Struggle in silence. That's what I wanted to say. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but I just wanted to make this video to spread awareness. And if if I'm talking to someone, this is not for someone who's struggling. This is for friends and families of people who are struggling. If you see the sign, try talking to them. And if they come and talk to you about certain things, if they're trying to get a listening ears, listen, and do not judge. Do not judge. Do not just be a listening ears, because sometimes that's all we need, a listening ear. Do not give suggestions, just listen, because sometimes we just want somebody to listen, you know. Oh my god, this video is already 29 minutes. Yes, so I think I'm gonna make more videos like this, and I'm sorry that this one is so long, but I just wanted to tell you guys about what I was going through, what I was dealing with, why I made that video on Monday. Yes, so I'm gonna go now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment, suggestion, um, encouragement. Thank you guys very much, and I want to say thank you, guys. Thank you to everyone who encouraged me, everyone who for all the support. Thank you guys so much. It meant a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.